Okay, so we're live. So, hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria. I'm a host here on this immersion. I've been studying on Talk and Talk as a host for over 4 years, I guess, now. And I currently live in Florianopolis, but I'm from Goiânia, Goiás. And this year, I put myself in a challenge. I want to learn French. I've been studying French for a while, and I want to take my studies more seriously so I can speak French, which is one of the goals that I have. As for work, I have my own business. I have a broker insurance company. I've been working in this field for 10 years, a long time, but I also worked with technology as a developer, and now I'm loving to do this. In my free time, I love to play sports with my friends. I love to take my dog for a walk, running on the beach. And that's it for now. Gabriel, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriel. I'm 26 years old. I live in the Trentino side of São Paulo.
Mhm.
I'm an economist. I work financial planning at a technology company, and I engage in being married. My hobbies is practical jiu-jitsu, reading books, and that is it.
Very nice, Gabriel. Thank you. I'm sorry, where are you from?
Votorantim, inside of São Paulo. It's
Okay.
most near Sorocaba.
Okay, okay. I've heard about it. What about you, do you know?
Yeah, hello guys. I'm Eduino. I'm joining from São Leopoldo, as a city in Rio Grande do Sul, 30 minutes away to Porto Alegre capital. Actually, I work as a software developer to a company in São Paulo where we are building a platform to help other companies to deal with their recruitment process. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
here talking since July 2024. Yeah, I'm here to improve my English because in my field area is so important. Yeah, that's it. Nice to meet you all, guys.
That's amazing, Eduino. Thank you. Angelica, could you go on, please?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Angelica Tarini. I am 31 years old. I live in Campina Grande, Paraíba. I'm married, but we don't have children, just pets. Currently, I'm studying administration, business administration, and my goal with English is to feel confident speaking. I want to improve my communication skills, explore new careers opportunity. And I joined as a platform last month. In I have been participating. There are another immersions in English and Spanish. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you, Angelica. Marcelo.
It's my turn. Good night, good evening, everybody. My name is Marcelo, as you can see by the subtitles, of course. I am 65. I run my business as you, Vicky, for well, I think so, more than 53 years. It's a long, no, less. I work since I was 12, but I run businesses since I was 17. And I have some kind of businesses here about technology, about condominium administration. I am a lawyer also. I am an actor also. Well, I live in Rio. I don't know if I said that. I have two kids. They are men already. They adults. They run their businesses also. And well, I always try to watch a movie when I arrive home, drink a bottle of wine, not a bottle but half bottle of fine wine. Sometimes a bottle. No problem. I am not an alcoholic person, but I like to drink, and that's it. A normal life. and I am married. I didn't mention that. That's it. Let's go to the questions, Vicky. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you, Marcelo. And about the wine, that's okay. They're just grapes anyways, right? So you're kind of healthy. Thank you. So, Elton.
So, hello guys, my name is Elton. I'm a guy from São Paulo. I am 32 years old. Currently, I've been working as a software developer at Magalu Cloud. I am a host here as well. I'm here on the platform since 2023. And I'm here to improve my English, to be more confident. Yeah, in my spare time, I like to do outdoor activities. I like I like creating new experience. Discover new place, travel. Yeah, that's me, guys.
Thank you. Very nice, Elton. It's been a while since I've saw you the last time here in this immersion. Nice to see you again. So, Gianna, good evening, Gianna.
Hi, good evening. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gianna. I'm 25 years old. I was born and raised in the state of Bahia, Salvador, here in Brazil. I am a pedagogue, and nowadays I work with early childhood education, and I'm doing a master's degree in education. And my research field is based in hospital school program with the usement of assistive technology for children and teenagers who are undergoing a long-term treatment inside a hospital. And last year, I did an exchange program in the US, in the University of Pennsylvania, and I lived in the USA for 6 months, and I returned to Brazil in October of the last year. So I'm here since then, and I have two cats, Bandida and Justin, and I'm not married, but I have a relationship.
That's very nice. Thank you, Gianna. Very nice, very nice. So, how long have you been here on Talk and Talk, Gianna?
Since May of the last year.
Oh, it's been a while then. Very nice. So, guys, just a few reminders before we begin answering the questions and discussing the topics for the people who are new here. I'm not a teacher. I'm here as a host student to learn with you all, guys. I brought this topic about the ways that we learn through life so we can discuss, but we don't have to just stay reading and answering the questions. That's okay if we have other stuff to talk about. And also, we're not going to correct each other here. And if you have any doubt, you forget any words, you can ask and we're going to help. But we're not going to correct without you asking for it, okay? And also, if you have anything to talk about, you have to talk about anything else, you can ask us and we're gonna have fun. Since we're here in 7 people, I'm gonna split the rooms in two so we have more time to discuss the topic, okay? So in the main room here, it's gonna be me, Gabriel, Angélica, and Marcelo. And on the other room, it's gonna be Gianna, Elton, and Eduino. I just sent you the questions. Did everybody receive? Yes? Okay. So I'm gonna split the rooms and have fun, guys. See you at the end of the immersions. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. So let's begin with question number 1. Marcelo. So, Marcelo, did you go to college? You're
Yes,
muted.
yes, I've been 5 times.
Very nice. And do you think that college prepared you for life in general?
I think it depends on the college, it depends on the university, depends on the course, depends on a lot of things. Nowadays, what we are seeing now is that we have more than the classic courses. the classic professions like we used to have in the past, like engineering, um, um, all about the body, medicine, and to be a vet. Law, I think, economics and accounting. I think not more than that in the past. I think 30 or 40 years ago. And nowadays we have more than 5,000 colleges and courses and a lot of things that are going on over there. We have in another way online course, and this is so you could be aware of some of this course, because although it's a good idea to be away from the classroom, and you can do it in a more comfortable way, sometimes they do not prepare people. They just want to sell diplomas. That's what I see now. And after the 80s, Brazil started to allow all the universities to have other branches, other places to teach their matters, and they started to install universities in malls, in restaurants, in I don't know where. A lot of new places. In the past, we have that university. You don't see that in the United States. You go to Harvard, you go to that university. You don't have a university inside a mall. And this is about quality. And not only this, but of course, sometimes we misunderstood the meaning of a college, and it's not a technical course. Some people think that it's a technical course. I'm gonna leave this course with a profession. No, you're gonna leave this course with your mind opened. So it's different from being like I was an electronic technician in my high school technical course. It's different. You leave that course with a profession. You can go to the labor market, but when you are talking about college, it's so different. And I don't know. The answer is so difficult to answer. But for life, nothing, nothing prepares you for life, but living the life.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point. I guess we kind of never are prepared to deal what happens in our life in general, because everything is not new, but I can experience the same thing as you, the same period of life in a different way. Like I still can go to the same college as you, but my experience will be completely different from yours. That's very interesting. So, Angelica, what is your opinion about this topic? Do you agree with Marcelo? Do you think it's different?
Yeah, I think that in January, I think the school prepares us just academically, teach important knowledge, but not completely for the real life, because many important skills, soft skills, like intelligence, emotional communication, self-knowledge, something like that, we can learn it later. The life teach us about the kind of thing, but the real life requires another skills. Like the school often doesn't teaching, like managing money, deal with the stress, um, fixing practical problem at home, something like that. And I also add that universities in general don't prepare for acting professionally and act for different fields, for example. In my course in business administration, we talk a lot about it because don't prepare for the job for acting in different fields. Just know, think about one opportunity for career, but we can explore new approach for our career. That I think the school and university don't prepare for life.
Yeah, I agree with you in that part because unfortunately, both school and college we take the knowledge we learn what they pass through us, but very theoretical, not what we have to do in practical life. Like in school, we should learn the basics of living in a house, being a human being, basic finances, and basic stuff that it's important for every human being to know how to manage a house, for example, because at some point we all have to do something in our homes and stuff like in practical life, but everything is more theoretical. And also in college, about what Marcelo was saying, what I've seen is that uh, some decades ago, I believed that most of colleges they prepared better for life in general, but today there are many universities that they are like a fast course or fast graduation to prepare you to enter in the market to work, but everything is yes in a theoretical way, but like okay, this person learned this and they're gonna learn also how to pass an interview, but they're not going to learn the solid and foundations of being the best professional person. So it's pretty hard because education in general has become every day even more of a product than the basics of the human foundation. So that's dangerous also.
Vicky, can I make a comment here? I think
Sure.
most of these courses that they call universities, they are really technical courses. They are not universities. That's that it happens because I think in Brazil everybody wants to be a doctor. That's the problem. Everybody has this kind of desire to be a doctor. I am not. I didn't. I'm not a doctor, but my son is gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna do whatever I could do to make him a doctor. And so they invented this kind of course. A lot of them. You can realize. I think when you have a course that has more than 3 words, it's not a college. It's a technical course.
I guess the word's a little bold to say about that, but yeah, the education has been changing a lot and unfortunately not in the best way, because in the past few years, for example, in Goiânia, they launched a new course, a new graduation in artificial intelligence in the Federal University. And I think it's nice because it's something new and it has to go on with what's going on in the not in the future, but here in the present that's happening today. And we all the professions they are being impacted with that, not only people who work with technology, but all of the professions. So, Gabriel, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, in general life, no, I don't think so. But I believe that school teaches us how to make friends, for example, or how to interact or in a community. It's other example. and it's uh, important things in my opinion, especially social things and other things. I don't know. That is it.
That's true. That's true. At least, in my point of view, one of the most important and rich parts of college is for us that, let's take in general, for example, in general, people who enter college, they just left high school and they're entering the adult life. So it's a scenario where people get together with a lot of people from different realities and different thoughts and different behaviors at homes, different families, and it's like a cultural shock for some people because everything is different, and it's very good for us to open our mind and open our perception of the world and learn how to interact, how to respect, and that we learn that the way that we see life in school, the way that we see life in our homes, it's not the only life that there are so many different realities, so many different people. So I guess college is a good place to know that. And also, at least for me, I had great mentors and great minds at college that I had somebody to look up into and to be inspired. So it's also a place for me that we discover people that study or work with what we want to do, and it's good to have this kind of inspiration, and also talk with people who has the same interests, and talk with people who are completely different, but they can also be our friends. We can also interact them with them in a good way. So I believe that it's a great experience, life changing, but I think it's bold to say that prepare for life. Like Marcelo said, I don't think anything kind of prepares us for life, just living it. Okay, so about how do we learn the best, Angelica? What do you prefer to, how do you study when you have to learn something new?
I prefer learning by practicing, experiencing the thing, and having real experiences. I love here, also I love hear stories and life experiencing for career or professional or personal life. I also like talking to people, make mistakes, and reflect. Help me learning more. I enjoy this kind of the process of learning, the experiencing and share knowledge, learning about your experiencing and hear history. I really enjoy learning.
Very nice, very nice. So, guys, for me, I don't know if many people still study that way, but for me, the best way to learn was always writing. I know that we don't write too much nowadays anymore because we're just typing in computers and watching videos and stuff, but and it takes a while longer to write, but for me, it's the way that I absorb the information and I can understand more when I'm writing. And also the second best way for me is like you, Angelica, when I discuss with people, when I talk to people about the topic, because I can have another points of view. And also when we verbalize what we're thinking, it turns into something more realistic. It's more real. It's more dense in our mind. What about you, Gabriel? How do you learn the best?
Writing is a good way for to learn. It's work to me too. But I usually learn in two ways. Um, by repeating and review with my unc. Um, and I use for both the English and my finance students. But practice everything I study is a key for me.
Yeah, it's kind of that if we don't practice what we learn, we're gonna forget it. And this is for everything. Like if we have a theoretical knowledge, it's like the things that we learned in school and college. If we have just the theoretical knowledge, we're gonna forget through life. If we're not using at work, if we're not using in our daily basis, the the knowledge is gonna be, we're gonna lose little by little this information, and then there's gonna be a day that it's like we're gonna rewrite the hard drive in our mind because we have so many information storage here, so we forget what we don't use. You, Marcelo, how do you learn the best?
I think we have a lot of ways to learn, but I agree with you. When you write, it fixes more what you have learned. So I am always writing. I am old-fashioned, so I use the computer. Of course, I am so technological, but I think that um, a pen or pencil is is an extension of your mind. So it's like drawing. It's like do something, and I think it's when you write, you you are able to fix what you have learned, and this is the best way to learn. I think so, and but to be honest, the best way to learn is to study. They don't study.
It's the basis, right? But for me, writing changes everything. I've been in a moment in my life a few years ago that I realized that I stopped writing for study and working, and I saw that my dynamic changed. And now I have a whiteboard here in my wall to write stuff from work, because when I have my brainstorms, I have to stop and write. If I just type to remember the ideas, it's not gonna flow. When I write, I can write words, I can write a page full of ideas of with the planning that I have to do with the ideas for my business. So it's the best way for me to develop these ideas. And like you said, Marcelo, is like an extension, because it's pretty mechanic when I'm typing, and when I'm writing, it's more fluid, I guess, more natural. So it's easier to flow the ideas with that, with a pen. So about learning new things, I just told you guys in the beginning of the immersion and my presentation that the year I put this a goal for me to learn French. By learning French, I don't like to say be fluent or something like that, but I like to say that learning is, I can hold on to a conversation in French like I can hold on to a conversation here in English. So I want to learn French, and a second bold goal that I have is Spanish, because it's two languages. Spanish is a bit similar, but it's not that easy. So it's two things. So, Marcelo, what skill do you want to learn this year?
Well, I've returned to French. That was my first second language. I told you in another immersion, it was mandatory in the 70s at the fundamental classes, and I've returned it. But I am in a regular course, and I am here in Talk and Talk sometimes. I speak Spanish, not as a native, but I speak Spanish well. The problem about Spanish is that similarity that you always are speaking Portuñol, and it's so awful, and I don't like that. They don't they made a lot of mistakes, like usted. They think that usted is você, and usted is there's nothing to do with você, and this is something that makes me sad about speaking Spanish in Brazil. And I am trying to study and to learn more about networks. And I've been in the computing course. My first college was about computing, and I've returned with this company that belongs to my son, and we are a technology company, and I want to learn because I don't like to enter something that I don't know, that I can't control. Not like all the guys that works every day with the system, but I like to understand and to understand what's going on. I think that when you run something, you have to be able to understand everything that is going on, and this is something that I want. This year is about networks. We have a lot of questions here, and French, like hold on a dialogue. That so I can do that, but a little bit français.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice. Thanks for sharing, Marcelo. What about you, Angelica? What do you what do you want to learn this year?
This year, I want to improve my English and Spanish speaking skills. My goal is to feel confident, more confident in academic, especially in such situation, and consequently, it will help me to communicate better in Portuguese because in different language I feel that I'm a different person when I speak in Spanish. I feel better speaking Spanish. In English, no. And I want to improve my communication skills because next month I will take an opportunity to study for 6 months in Colombia, Medellin, and because
Wow.
that I started to learn in Spanish, and I want to improve. I need
Wow, that's
because
amazing, Angelica. Congrats.
thank you.
That's very nice. Are
I've been,
you
I've been
anxious?
I've been with Angelica in an immersion in Spanish, and she's so nice in Spanish. She was one of the best over there. And when you are learning or studying in a different country, you're gonna learn a lot, and you are prepared to that. You're going to succeed.
Thank you so much. I'm very anxious.
That's very nice. Angelica, I was just talking to a friend this weekend about this, that um just summing it up, like when we speak a different language, uh first thing that I notice is that our tone of voice changes a little bit. Like my voice in Portuguese is like something, and in English it changes a little bit, and in Spanish it changes a little bit. And also it's like kind of we gain a little bit of a new personality when we change languages, because it's a new part of ourselves that we are also discovering, and we are also accessing for one of the first times. So it's very nice to explore that. And also, I do believe that expands our native vocabulary, because when our mind is learning new things, is like expanding. Also in Portuguese, our thoughts, they are a bit more complex, and we can have more deep thoughts, deep conversations, and how we choose the words and how we make phrases. So it's awesome. It's not only learning a new language, it changes like the chemistry of our brain. It's amazing. So, Gabriel, what do you want to learn this year?
Well, in this year, I want to learn in mainly two skills. Um, speaking English with um, speaking English with more confidence, and delve
Amazing.
deeper into financial applicated, because I use in my work. That is it. It's only two.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the second one, the finance application.
Yes, delve deeper.
I
More
don't know what it
deeper.
is. The deeper. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
now I
okay.
understand.
More deeper in finance. Okay.
It's what you do for a living,
Yes.
to work with finances?
Yes, my work is basically reading the numbers and show us for the directors of the company. I my work is basically FP&A, financial planning analysis. It's uh I do that I
I
do.
get it. Very nice, very nice. It's part of what I do in my company. I guess not as deeply as you, because you may be specialized in this, but yeah, it's pretty important, pretty how can I say, essential also in companies to have this part. So let's go to another question, guys. Number 9, what would you like to teach others one day, Angelica? We've talked about what we want to learn, but what would you like to teach?
Yeah, this is a good one. I want in the future, I would like to teach like lifelong process and some like teach about career plan. I think that um, teach about explore new opportunity of career, explore new opportunity for active professional, especially for PhD students, because PhD just have one path of career, like to be a professor, but the market you we could actually in different field, just not just in academic field, being a professor, but actually in cooperative context, for example. I really in the future teach some like that career plan for PhDs.
Very
That's
nice,
it.
very nice, very interesting and very useful. It's gonna be very helpful for so many people. So, what about you, Gabriel? What would you like to teach people someday?
It's a hard question, but
Yeah.
when I saw this question, I thought in my about my future children. I would say that an environment shapes who you are. So if
Mhm.
you want to change your environment. This it's obvious, but almost one on realize how much is impacted their lives uh, today and how will transform your life in the future.
That's one of the most important things, I believe. And yeah, I guess we don't understand and see clearly how that impacts, because it's the our natural environment where we live, where we work, we study. So we're so used to the environment that we're inserted on, that for us it's kind of, even if it's good or bad, I don't know if there's such a thing, but there are worse and better scenarios, but we don't usually notice. But yeah, the environment changes everything. It can mold, it can shape our personality, it can shape our vision of the world, it can shape our opinion, it can shape tons of stuff. So it's very important to try, at least try, because life is not always what we would like to do or where would we like to be, but at least try to be surrounded with people and to be inserted in places that we really look up into and want to stay in life. Marcelo, what do you say?
these days everybody's teaching a lot of things. You see people teaching people to be a millionaire, but they are not millionaires.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of people they're teaching others that they don't know what to do. They're just passing a kind of weird knowledge that they have and selling it like it was a thing. But that's what we have.
I have something that I sometimes I did that with with both my kids, but sometimes I see people that they need to understand about finance, about personal finance. I think we have this lack of knowledge during the regular education, even high school, and it should start at the fundamental course, how to deal with money. They don't know how to deal with money. They know how to spend money. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's easy. It's easy. When you don't have money, you can use check or you can use credit card. So they think that it's a magic. Children think about that. I
Yeah.
remember my sister asking my father something, I don't know, and my father said, I don't have money, Monica. Oh, father, use the check. So they think that it's magic. So I think it's a problem. We have a problem here. I can see young people daring for something. They cannot imagine the cost and how is the difficulty of their fathers to buy that product. So I think it's about learning about financial in your personal life, and it will be something so interesting. But the banks, they don't want us to learn about money. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's true. Or else they're gonna not to lose money because they don't lose money, but earn less money. So we don't have checks anymore. But it was like the old credit card, we can say like that. It was a line of credit that we could use. I guess the what you said about money is very important. We kids nowadays, they don't know how to deal, they know how to spend money. And I believe that the root of the problem is that I don't know nowadays, I'm not on fundamental or high school anymore, but at least when I was in school, I didn't learn anything about finances. I learned math. Math we use for tons of stuff, trigonometry and so many other stuff that we don't use. But finances is like basic stuff of being an adult. You have to learn because you have to it's not only about the money, just like okay, I earn this much money, I have to spend this much money. Is like teaching kids and teenagers how to make decisions based in money, based on the money that we have. We do have to make a lot of decisions, we do have to make a lot of choices every day because of money. Even if you live low budget, then uh you earn more than you spend. Even if you earn a lot or you earn just a little bit money, we have to make decisions about money. So it's pretty important for us to understand what leads us to a decision, how we should uh, understand the necessity of using credit card or paying just in once in the debit, or just dividing in 10 times. Or okay, I want to buy a house someday or a car or something, a big purchase. How should I prepare myself, and what are the things that I should consider in a long term? Because it's important, it's basics of being an adult. It's not something that we should like learn by ourselves. When we have the conscious that we need to search for that knowledge. Some people they still don't have the conscious that they have to go through it to search that knowledge, but some people do. It shouldn't be like that. Everybody should have the access in school.
But Vicky, even in universities, they don't teach you to deal with money, to have your company, to have your firm.
Unfortunately.
I've been in a lot of universities, and the last one was the law school, and I didn't have a class to run my own office. It's all about being a lawyer, and they don't know how to deal with that. So it's a lack of knowledge. But what I've heard is that capitalism is evil.
Yeah. Yeah, but the point is that we should have the access of this knowledge at school and in college, because it's like we should have the power of choice. When we have the basic knowledge of dealing with life, we should have the power, because knowledge is power. And then we have the knowledge, we should have the power of choice to make better choices, to make better plans, and do the best for us in our lives. That's it. So, guys, I'm closing the other breakout room, so we're gonna be all together to just chat the last few minutes with the other guys. Okay, so Angelica, so you're going to Medellin, you said?
Isso. Yeah.
And you're gonna
Medellin,
keep
Colombia.
studying English and go on with the Spanish lessons, right? How it's gonna be?
Yeah, the university in Colombia, Medellin, but I want to improve my English and Spanish because this university receive a lot of students and professionals. They are another country. I want to be prepared for this
But you're
opportunity.
going there, sorry, didn't understand right. You're going there to study Spanish, or you're going there to
No,
study
no,
something
no.
else, but in Medellin?
It's part of my doctorate program,
Oh,
sandwich
okay.
doctorate. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Wow. You must be thrilled. Almost a doctor.
yeah, yeah.
Very
Thank
nice,
you.
very nice. So, guys, welcome back. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How was the conversation with the guys?
Yeah, it was really, really great. Very many insights. We can realize that there are a lot of things that we can learn from through life, like
Yeah.
from outside of the classroom. Yeah, from our experiences, mistakes, reading book. When we read about others' experiences, yes, it was really good topic to discuss. Yeah. Uh, Learning never ends. We are learning new things every day, every moment. Maybe we are living the best moment in our life to get knowledge. We have a lot of different source of knowledge on the internet, on AI. Yeah, it's a good moment to learn new things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Elton, do you have a skill that you still want to learn this year?
Yeah, I told you the guys about to learn more about the financial area, you know. I I'd like to learn how to save money, how to invest, you know. So this year I'd like to learn more about that. And maybe one day become a millionaire.
Very nice, very nice. That's the goal, right?
Yes,
Earn a lot of money to improve our life, because yeah, money buys freedom, money buys more time for us sometimes,
totally.
and also more comfort in our lives.
Yeah.
That's very nice. What about you, Gianna? What skill do you want to learn this year?
I don't know if I'm gonna achieve the start of these skills in this current year because I'm looking for improve my English more. But I didn't decide yet, but I'm still thinking about learning Spanish or French or Italian. I'm gonna choose between on one of these three languages because I want to start learning a third language. Sorry.
Yeah, that's very nice. I was just talking with the guys that this year I want to take more French studies more seriously. So I do wanna hit the end of the year and I do wanna hold on to a conversation in French like we do here in English because it's something that I've been wanting for so long, but I wasn't able to focus yet because of work and stuff. And also Spanish, it's very nice. And especially here in Florianopolis, guys, that's where I live. There are a lot of Spanish speakers here, people from Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, all over the city. So there are some times and some periods of the year that I go to the streets, to the supermarket, and I only hear Spanish. I only listen to people speaking Spanish. So I can understand a bit, but it would be nicer to understand more. And also, I have Argentinian friends. They speak Portuguese, like Portuñol, but I would like to talk to them in Spanish. It's very nice.
By the way,
So-
are you a polyglot person?
Not yet. I will be. Not yet, but that's the goal. So, guys, does anybody else want to add something, say something before we finish? No? Okay. So that's it for today, guys. We're almost 2 minutes to go, and I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I had a lot of fun with you, Angélica, Gabriel, and Marcelo, as always, in the main room. Eduino, Elton, and Gianna, I hope to see you again more often so we can talk more, and have a great end of the week, guys. Thanks for all. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.